Three members of the Lacey Green History Group, Gordon, Doug and Dennis, hope to recall who the residents and homeowners were living in Lacey Green in the years 1939, early 1940s, at the outbreak of World War II. Going round Church Lane,
Church Cottage with the Smith family
was
Kenny, Vera,
John,
and Nora eventually.
And Nora.
And Tom Smith was their father.
Opposite was the beer house called
The Crown.
the landlady
Mrs. Brown lived there with her son Wilfred Brown.
Cath Church.
Well, there was Kath, Gladys and Renee, weren't there? None of them were married then. Well, Kath got married in 30.
She'd been married in 1937.
Moving on, Miss Bett's cottage, I called it. Harry Gom lived there. And moving on,
Harry Barefoot and his wife.
Connie. Harry Barefoot was the verger.
I know he was good at bell ringing.
Moving on was Nance Hawes.
Teacher
Nance.
And she was the organist at St John's.
Yes.
I can recall she had a magpie or something in the cage.
It was a big cage in the garden. It wasn't a little cage. It was a massive.
Did she have a parrot?
Not that I know of.
But she taught music.
Taught piano and organ.
Moving on to the thatched cottage, I can recall a Miss Webster there. Possibly the Snellings lived there.
Yeah, you got the name there right, Snellings.
On to the corner at Wimble End, I can recall a Mrs. Rhodes lived there in those days.
Okay, because I can't see not living in, well, none of us lived in the village then, did we?
No. Opposite
Was down the drive was Tor Cottage.
where someone with the name of Fowler,
Daughter was Jane. She went to Lacey Green School.
that's where Mr. and Mrs. Oliver
Came to live eventually.
and Rosemary in 1949 to 1950. Opposite Molly Ward's cottage, which is partly in the road, called
Lane Cottage.
Opposite was Lane Farm.
Who lived in the big house that Carters live in now?
Well, it's Wimble End, isn't it?
This is Wimble End.
Yeah. I don't know how many cottages it was in those days. There has been 3 cottages during its lifetime, converted into one.
But the Wathams lived opposite.
That's Lane Farm.
They had 3 girls.
3 evacuee girls. Mums. M-U-M-S or something. They were Catholic girls.
What were the girls' names?
Was it Doreen? What did we say earlier? What did we say?
Joyce?
June was one.
Come on, Dennis, you should know.
I don't know, but...
I know one of them, I don't know if it's being recorded, but I know one of them took pest with me to marry her when we got older.
And how old were you?
Oh, 7 or 8.
God.
In the end, to get rid of her, I said yes, and she went off and played happily ever after.
You must have been a very handsome boy at those times.
I was fed up with her.
Were you in short trousers?
Definitely.
The little cottage on the right-hand side, green hedges. Bob Martin lived there.
Was that when he was married to Millicent?
He married Millicent, yes.
Billy Joe lives there now.
Well Cottage.
Where did that Mrs. May live with her son Freddie? He lived somewhere down there, in one of them cottages.
There was Aggie and Willie and Wido. Do you remember Wido?
Yeah, but he lived up Carroll's Road, didn't he?
Did he? He was the old boy who sent to gaol for poaching rabbits or something like that. They did things like that in those days. Moving on, Sam Gom.
Geoffrey and Jill.
And Sam was the church warden. Dr. Ritchie lived at Grace Cottage. Previously, Howard Williams and his mother lived there. I believe his mother was in service at Gracefields at the time.